once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all, to a brand new edition of The Quinn Spinn. I'm your host, The Quinn, at least that's how I'm known here on the program, and I'm back here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and more for another rousing and riveting installment of the official podcast of Underground Music Collective. And you just heard Revel 9's All I've Become at the top of the show. That's been our theme song here at the Quinn Spinn since the great year of 2014. And it will be until the very end of days. And I'm back here all by my lonesome at helping our music evolve, about to deliver another Quinn Spinn solo mission. Of course, these solo missions highlight the life and times of a creative entrepreneur, and most often that creative entrepreneur is me. Before we get to today's topic, just want to encourage you to like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever the mechanism is on your streaming platform or platforms of choice. Please do so. That'll help more people find us, engage with us, tap in with us, just like you have been so kind to do here today. And I and we at UMC thank you for doing so. So this week, we've got a couple solo missions and just a couple topics that have been kind of just getting at me lately, just kind of like continue to pop up, in different ways and show their faces. And, I think these are important things, important lessons for any creative, for really any person trying to function in society to understand. And so let's not waste any time. And I'm going to jump right in with a story. So was at an event a few weeks ago, was pretty busy at this event, had a big hand in its production, and if you've ever seen me in event mode, you know that I am maybe a little too type A. I'm always looking for the next fire to put out, always running around, and I don't necessarily get to socialize at these things as much as I would like a lot of the time. But I did have a lull, after, all the fires had been put out on this particular night, and I'm talking to somebody, and I'm just standing there, and then suddenly, completely unprovoked, completely unprompted, this individual starts just talking trash about somebody else in the community, literally to the effect of, who I won't work with? And then he names the person, and then lists off all these things that he's heard but not experienced about said individual. And I saw what he was trying to do. He was trying to be slick. He doesn't realize that I've been doing this for 10 and a half, going on 11 years. This is not my first rodeo. I know I'm older than I look. But, he was trying to be like, oh, well, are you working with this individual that I don't like? And honestly, I don't have time for this kind of gossip. I don't have time for rumor spreading. And I would think any professional worth their salt feels the same way. We are so focused and so dialed in on delivering a good product, on delivering on our promises, on delivering good relationships, and continuing to build our ecosystems that we don't have time to shit talk other people. And if you run into anybody that has time to start spreading rumors, to start spreading gossip, to shit talk, to trash talk, any of this, my advice to you, as somebody who's been in this for more than a decade, would be to run, not walk the other way. Now, it's one thing if somebody has a repeated pattern of bad behavior, they have a reputation for themselves, you have evidence of such, right? And multiple people have evidence of such, then yes, maybe it's time to kind of turn the other way, not work with that person anymore. Tell people you're close with, who you care about, hey, maybe you should think twice about this. But if you're just basing your opinions of somebody on hearsay, if you're just basing your opinions and your trash talk on things that you've heard and not experienced, that makes you look petty. That makes you look jealous. That makes you look inexperienced. That makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about. And that will do wonders as far as eliminating any trust that you were building with the person that you're spreading these rumors to. Because again, a seasoned professional, a seasoned creative, somebody who's been in it for a minute, somebody who's just experienced life for a little while, knows to reserve judgment until they've experienced something for themselves, especially if you're coming to them without evidence. So the moral of today's story is that trash talking does way more to paint you in a negative light than it does to paint the other person about whom you're talking trash in a negative light. The high road is always the road to take. And I'm not saying you're going to love everyone you encounter. I'm not saying you need to work with people you encounter. And especially, again, if somebody has a repeated pattern of bad behavior or adverse behavior toward the people they work with, maybe don't work with them. But also, don't judge a book by its cover. And don't judge people by the rumors and the gossip that you hear. It does more to reflect poorly on you than it does on them. That's what I've got for you. Short and sweet today here. Quinn Spinn solo mission. And of course, if you want more nuggets of supposed purported wisdom like this, you can follow the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and more. Also on the socials at Quinn Spinn Official on Instagram and Threads, 2 N's in Quinn, 2 N's in Spin, and the Quinn Spinn on Facebook and TikTok. Gonna get the TikToks running up again. I wasn't sure what to do with TikTok because, you know, there's this whole rumor that it's going away soon, but I've talked to some people and, you know, definitely have come back around to the value of TikTok. So expect more content like this up there pretty soon. Also, Underground Music Collective is on all the socials, including the TikToks and face tweets and all the things. UMC Nashville will bring you to most of those channels. UMC Worldwide, though, on Facebook, because the whole awkward rebrand last fall lost the UMC Nashville handle, had to go with a different one. UMCNashville.com as well is our central hub for all things independent music, creativity, community, and more. Make sure you also follow at Nash Live Shows. We're going to be planning our next event pretty soon here at Helping Our Music Evolve. Very excited. Starting to begin talks on it. Starting to take what we learned from the last one and make the next one even better. Of course, you can go see a cool little recap from our friends at Amadio Sound on that Instagram handle. And if you want to just follow me for information on all of the above and the occasional fitness thirst trap and Creed or Limp Bizkit meme, at Gerard Longo 12. Roll 9's all become. Going to take us out like it brought us in. Grab some muffins on your way out.